Hi everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining us in this review of the Sony Access Controller. So when Sony released the Access Controller back in late 2023, of course this caught our attention. Not only are we invested in esports, but we also know that a sizable portion of our user base are gamers, maybe just like you. So when a traditional company such as Sony decides to invest in the accessibility market, of course this warrants a deeper look. And as the reviews started coming in, we knew this was an interesting thing. But we're Permobil and we're not taking anyone's word for it. We want to know what our users think. So we reached out, and today we have Ralph, Charlotte, and Josh to give you their in-depth look, review, and opinion on the Sony Access Controller. Please join us for this great review.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, a disabled Northeast gamer, and together with Permobil, today I'm trying the new PlayStation Access Controller, designed for people with disabilities such as myself.
Hello, my name is Josh Biaggi. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic, and I'm a disabled gamer. I was given the opportunity to work with Permobil and test out the PlayStation Access Controller to give a little feedback on my experience.
Hey guys, Ralph here from A Positive Dose of Ralph, and I am so excited because today I have teamed up with Permobil to bring you this video, and today I'm actually going to be testing out this amazing new product.
So I ended up in a wheelchair when I was 14 years old after a car accident. At the time I was feeling very isolated and cut off as I was living in a hospital. So it was really challenging for me to really connect with anyone or make any new friends. Often people spoke to my carer instead of speaking to me directly, and that's kind of when gaming came along for me. It allowed me to just be myself again and just be who I was. People couldn't see my wheelchair online, so they couldn't judge me for my disability, so I found it a real reality escape.
Today I'm actually talking about my own self personally, and a little bit about myself is I have spinal muscular atrophy, and it has confined me, this disability, to a power chair. Now, most of the time when I'm not working or even attempting at being an author myself of writing books, because I write books as well, when I'm not doing that, I like to sit back and I like to relax like most people my age, and I like to play video games. Now, this video is all about strictly video games.
So when I found out that PlayStation were releasing a new Access Controller, I got really excited, as I've been gaming on PlayStation for many years. However, I found it very challenging over the years to use the PlayStation standard controller. So I'm really excited to see what this brings to the table.
Now, this amazing product I wanted to test out for a very long time, because people with SMA and muscular dystrophy, they tend to have trouble and are physically limited with their gaming. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but when I game, I don't like to think about what buttons to press. I just like to move along with the characters. But as I got older, my disability became very challenging. And so a lot of the games that I love and play are very, very difficult for me just by using an average controller. Now, hopefully, I'm very excited to try this out, because not only if this helps, can I continue to play those games that I enjoy, just like many of you, relax and just be myself and just kick back and not have to worry.
The box on the outside actually has these two clever levers which allow people with limited hand functions such as myself to simply put our thumbs in and peel to open the box. This is absolutely revolutionary to me, as often I find it really difficult to open my own parcels, and it's really difficult for me as a young adult to be like, can someone come along and help me with this? So I really like that. It's fantastic and it's going to help a lot of people. So as we're opening the box, there is this loop which is helpful for people with limited hand function to simply pull the box open. Inside the box there is some instructions which will be very helpful for setting up, and there is the controller. Okay, so that's really lightweight. I'm very surprised at how lightweight this controller is. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier than it is. controller has a quick release, easy to pull out joystick, which means that people like myself can put the controller where they need it on the desk.
The unboxing of the controller was simply refreshing. I, for the first time, was able to completely unbox a product on my own without any help and no frustration. I didn't have to use any special equipment. I didn't have to use my teeth, so that was great.
Alright guys, I have everything presented to you guys on my nice table here. I just want to explain a lot of the details of this amazing product. So right now over under my hand is the base controller where everything will be set right now. I have these amazing triggers on my right side, right here, just displaying it.
I think it's absolutely fantastic that PlayStation have put a controller together which has easy to release, quick release buttons, which just simply pop off and pop back on. They simply have this simple push in button here and you just pull it out.
After plugging the controller into my PlayStation 5, I followed the on-screen instructions and set up a profile. I started out by keeping the physical buttons the same just so that I could see how the controller played right out of the box. And I was pleasantly surprised at how easy it was to just put it right down onto my Permobil tray and start playing. I was able to play some simpler games like Gran Turismo 7, Mortal Kombat, Diablo 2, and Rayman. I was also able to play games like Rocket Racing and Festival that are in Fortnite. And this was all right out of the box. Didn't have to change anything, obviously, other than setting up my own profile.
So now that I've had a good game with this controller, it's been really interesting to see how it's improved my gaming. I found a lot of games I was actually doing a lot better on using this Access controller. However, like any new product, I feel like there is a few things that PlayStation could do with improving on. So firstly, I was really disappointed when I learned that there's only one of these larger buttons in the box. I'm quite disappointed to see that they haven't yet released an option to be able to buy these separately. I hope that that's something in the future that they bring out, because this much larger Surface button has been fantastic for me.
And as you can see, a lot of people are getting up on me. So I'm trying to mess around with this controller, see what I can do. And I got a little bit of an adventure right now, so let's see what I can do. So right now the controller is working out pretty awesome. To take into account are these profiles. When you go to the profile settings and you decide to set up your profiles, you have to make sure that they are custom to the games that you want to play. Now, if you're a person of Call of Duty and Spider-Man or Star Wars, Mirror's Edge, those types of games, this device is perfect for it.
But a couple things that I would like to see with this controller to make it better. It would have been nice if it had a speaker and mic in it like the PlayStation 5 controller, because as of right now, if I want to be able to have that function, I have to add the PlayStation 5 controller to my setup. And that's the only way I can use the mic and the speaker on the controller. And I understand you could get a headset, but it'd be kind of nice.
Another thing that I felt that was really challenging with the device was actually putting on these little sticker buttons. Everything, including the packaging, made it really easy for us to do. However, when I got down to the sticker buttons, I found it really challenging to put these on myself, which kind of took away from being able to do it yourself. I found like it was really challenging for me to do it myself and do it independently. And I really didn't want to have to rely on someone else to do it, as the whole packaging was designed for someone to be able to do it independently. So that was a bit challenging and quite disappointing, actually.
Kicking back and being able to play the games that I want to be playing are very limited. I don't get to sit down and really have fun anymore with the games that I want to have fun with. And so to be able to sit and play a game like Spider-Man that I didn't think I would be able to play, it really was an emotional experience for me, because obviously you see I'm a fan, and normally people like me, we can't play those types of games because we're mainly stressed about what we can press, what we cannot press. And as I was playing around with this controller, and I was seeing I was doing all the things that I wouldn't be able to do with the average controller, I thought that it really worked and it was really nice. And it made me feel like a kid again. It honestly did, because as I was swinging through building to building and defeating monsters and just having fun with it, I honestly felt like it was something that I could sit back and relax.
This controller has been a great experience. This has been the best accessible gaming experience I have had, and I've even used the Xbox accessible controller. So I would definitely recommend this controller to anyone wanting a simple setup and just to enjoy a gaming experience without having to spend too much money or do too much to make the controller work for you.
The last thing I will say is, with the controller being circular, I personally found it really challenging not to accidentally hit the buttons that were next to the ones that were further away. When I was reaching over to get the buttons, often I was hitting the buttons next to the device and it was really challenging. So I feel like this is something that they may have not really thought out very well, but maybe it works for others. I feel like PlayStation overall have done a fantastic job of coming up with a device that allows most people with disabilities to get along with it. I think they've done an overall product that's been really great, and I feel like there's always going to be a challenge to meet everyone's needs because everyone's disability is so different. I'm really excited actually to see what they're going to do to help include disabled gamers in the future.